Scott, the loss against Marlow was a tough one. What were the key moments or issues in that game that made you feel the biggest difference?
It was tough. It was tough. I felt we Tuesday night, freezing cold night, long way to travel. I felt we deserved something. I really did. I think the biggest thing that I can take out of the game was the belief the lads have got now. The way we're playing, we've got a pattern of play. We've set up well, and I think we look like we're achieving. To come away, as I say, and be absolutely distraught that we haven't got something, shows that we've come quite a long way in the last couple of weeks.
We're deep into the season now. How do you assess where the team is in terms of performance, mentality and progress?
Great question, Suk. I would say to you that performances are good. Performances are good. You know, we hit the ground running, and we were just, the odd one or two goals away. We've probably been beaten heavily twice this season, but every other game I felt like we've been in, missed penalties, missed chances, etc., etc. We are developing as a squad. I think when I first took the job on and I said, we've come from a standing start, we're having to completely rebuild a squad, no players retained. What you tend to do is you tend to get a bunch of players in just to fulfil the fixtures. And we've moved a lot of them on that haven't got the right attitude. And now we've got a squad that I can be proud of. It's progressing. It's definitely not finished. But yeah, we're well on the way to having a team that could potentially keep us up.
Looking ahead at Thame United, this weekend we face Thame United. What are the main things you want to see from the squad in response to last week? And how are you preparing for this matchup?
So, Thame on Saturday. It's interesting actually, because what we're doing now is, as you could see from our Biggleswade win, we've got the way that we're playing. So actually, I don't really look at who we're playing. I think there's probably 4 or 5 teams, which wouldn't be right for me to name. There's probably 4 or 5 teams in this league that are favourites to be winners and in that playoff place. If it's against one of those teams, I think we'd look at them and we'd look how they play. I'm a believer in I can only achieve what I can achieve with what I've got. So what I can influence, I'll influence, and that's my team. So we will go into, whether it be Thame, whether it be Marlow, whether it be London Lions on Tuesday, we're going to go in with the same attitude and game plan to each game.
And finally, just going to touch on accountability and expectations. What's the message you want to send to the players and supporters about the standards of the goals moving forward?
Yes, so I talk a lot about standards. If I had a chart of all of the things that we've got at this football club, there are still some below standard departments that we need to work on. It's a work in progress, so it is a work in progress. We're in a much better position. I feel like if we make small changes and we become better every single week, then that's progress, and that's what we've got at the moment. It was quite interesting. I tell you now, as a manager, after losing 7-0, you could see who wanted to be here. You could see who wanted to fight. We got them in on the Tuesday and we ran them. It was pouring with rain. Probably wasn't as cold as what it is tonight, but it wasn't a nice night. And you could see the boys that wanted to be here. And ironically, there's a few that have had the odd niggle after the 7-0, I'm not sure. We've won a couple of games and now they want to come back. That's not how it works in my book. So the attitude's right, the standards, supporters, I couldn't be more happy. We've got a lot more supporters coming back down to Lane to watch us, which was one of the remits that I took the job on. It might not be the most entertaining, but it's the most exciting. Everyone's buying into what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, I'm happy at the moment. It's a nice place to be. It's a nice club to be around. Forget where we are in the league, because that will change. If we get it right off the field, I'll get it right on the field. We can only look upwards.
Thank you very much.